The Epstein situation proves that people still don't really care about the children. Like, it's not about the kids. It's not about protecting children. And I'm going to explain why very simply. Notice what the big story is with all this Epstein Diddy stuff. It's not where are the kids, because that's my question. I keep asking, where are the current victims? The people who are almost definitely currently victimized, where are they? Everyone's talking about they need to go to jail. They need to be arrested. They need to be whatever, death penalty. So freaking what, you guys? Yeah, of course, whatever. Where are the current victims? This is what I'm saying. This is why I don't believe society actually cares about the kids the way it says it does. Because if you did, that would be our first priority, is to get them out. To get them out and to get them to safety. So while we're all here waiting for these long months, weeks, years worth of cases, whatever they've got going on behind the scenes, they're still able to continue doing it under our noses while we're waiting for the justice system to do something. I'm so sick of it. I feel like I'm living in the most brain-dead society ever. And that's where I feel like it's more about people wanting to feel like it's a selfish thing. Because if you really wanted to care about the children, you'd be thinking about the kids. You'd be thinking, where are they? We need to make sure they're safe. The fact that everyone wants to play judge and jury, because the world loves to play, this is why I always refer to society as the jury of the sheeple. Society loves to play judge and jury. Society loves an excuse. It's no different to people commenting on what the latest celebrity is doing or what this person did or the politics. You want to sit on your high horse of self-righteousness and point your finger and say what you think needs to happen to people as a result of their actions, the same way you do with your own life, the same way you do with others. It's still an internal thing. I feel like it's still a selfish thing. Because if we really cared so much, we wouldn't be worrying even so much about, we should have listened in the year 2009 with this. We should be like, where now? Now, where's location now? This is what I'm asking God. Where now? Tell me where. Tell me where. Give me a location. Send me coordinates and show me where. And let's bust through those freaking doors and get the children out. But no, everyone's like, oh yeah, we need to put them away. People that do this to get, listen, yes. But you know what's even worse, in my opinion? I'm thinking of the kids who are still going through this. I'm thinking of the kids who are being offended right now. I'm thinking about the kids who are being affected right now. That's who I'm thinking about. Because guess who's having a whale of a time? Still, everybody except them. Because these people are getting away with everything. We've all gone and sent flipping on Diddy on holiday to go and get his of where he can have an all you can eat. We've sent him off to the buffet for 4 little years, right? Epstein's dead. Their files are out. None of us really have the resources to be able to do anything to put these people away, and they will have way more money for us when it comes to the justice system. That's all we're obsessing over. And once again, guess who's the only people? While we're all in our comfortable homes, making our comfortable videos, while Diddy's off on holiday, having a buffet, right? I don't want to say what I was going to say because it's a bit too crude. And Epstein's living off life, pretending to be dead, or to switch on to Fortnite. Like, this is something, you guys, this is a joke. I don't know if you guys heard about this, for those of you who are not into, like, the gaming world at all. But it's been, I don't know, there's a lot of speculation going around, the allegedly. All videos on this channel are under the word allegedly. It's all alleged. I'm here allegedly. I'm alive allegedly. This is so weird, isn't it? I'm alive allegedly. You're allegedly watching this YouTube video. So he's been his Fortnite account, or his alleged Fortnite account, was seen active. Bro's been active on the gamings. This is a joke. And then meanwhile, we're all here like, this is so, I finally woken up in hell now. This is such a, yeah, I know why I feel like I've woken up in hell. I woke up in hell because I'm with a bunch of people that just cry about things and don't do anything. And I'm done trying to do my best. And it's just like, wow. Meanwhile, everyone's just sad and hurt and whatever. It's still about us. It's still not about them. We still don't really care about the victims. Because again, it's going to be the classic. If somebody came forward, the more people come forward, well, we need the proof. We need the proof. We can see from these files and stuff, they already worked so hard preemptively about this stuff. Like as some people said about the dentist's chair, which is kind of obviously showing that they're trying to hide. Like if they ruin people's dental records, it'll be hard to figure out who it was. So they are preemptively thinking about so much of this stuff that we're then walking around like, oh yeah, we got them, or we know what we're talking about. But it's like, no, they know us, and they know like, oh, if we actually like stand up for this, or if they actually find out, we know how to cover ourselves. Because as long as we don't have proof, we've groomed them to be a society that's obsessed with proof. We're all working together with the justice system anyway, so they're not really going to be able to ever achieve anything. And anyways, they know us better because they're the ones who are all, because this is the other thing that I've been seeing, yeah, which again, no one's really talking about. And I always ask the question, I've been asking this for years, because as you guys know, even long before I started my YouTube channel 5 years ago, I was talking about this exact stuff, right, on social media. They know that it's other adults who are giving up these kids. People in the Epstein files, people were selling their kids. People were giving up their kids, giving up their children. So again, I want to know, what's this society where we protect kids so much? I want to know about that a little bit. What's a society where we claim that we care so much about the children when there's literally people giving up their children on purpose? We've seen it throughout the industry where, you know, and we saw it in the entertainment industry, and now we've seen the new school version of, you know, the family influencers, right? The family influencers. Like the other day, yeah, I saw one thing, right? And sometimes I'm like, why must the algorithms try to ruin my vibe? Because sometimes I'll be like just watching loads of funny videos and just laughing, or like watching loads of cooking videos, or like videos of people outdoors, or like gaming and stuff, which is like what I really like to watch. And all of a sudden they'll be trying to get me onto, I guess, people that are popular. And I'm like, why am I seeing this? And I saw this video, yeah, and it just ticked me off, right? Where you had these mums and their daughters, right? And basically what they did, which I've told you guys from a long time, from the days of cheer and dance, I realized I could never let my daughter even do cheerleading, because like, not for until she's a lot older. As in like, you know, and again, the routines, I just like, when I would go to cheer comp, obviously I was doing it as an adult because I started when I was already an adult. So it was a bit different for me, like being like doing cheer. And so when we would go to cheerleading competitions, it was a bit of a shock to the system listening to both the music and the costumes for like the kids. Because yeah, of course, all of us were like wearing these like tiny little skimpy outfits and dancing in all these like little, you know, all the thingies that you do. But that was like age appropriate. Like that was my choice if I wanted to do that, right? But then when I would see like the little kids, and I'm like, why are they like so naked? And like, so this is what I saw in this video. These women, yeah, they had their daughters all go to these dance recitals, yeah, which, God bless the kids, right? Because I get it. It's fun. Even for me, it was fun. Like when you're a kid, they are dressed in like, and people were literally in the comments like, why are they in burlesque? And I feel like the only reason people have changed their tune is because now of this whole scenario that we're in. But it was like this one of supposed to be these cute videos where like each mum does the same favorite part of the dance. They like imitate their favorite part of their daughter's dance, and then they play their daughter actually doing it on stage, and they're just like nearly naked. And like, and they're also just dancing in a way that they just don't need to be like. And I've said this to you guys, I see so much of like how young people are being put out on the internet, and it's just like, and what are we achieving with this, right? But then everyone claims, because these people only have platforms, because that's where everybody's going. And the gag is, and the scary part about it is, that the reason why this is happening is because in secret now, because of social media, these other sickos of the world can now view this stuff without anybody knowing it's them. So that's probably why they have such big platforms, because they got the weirdos now have free reign. They don't even need to they don't even need to go out in the world and try and poach somebody or anything. They don't even need to go on illegal websites. They can just hop onto TikTok and hop onto Instagram. Do you know what I'm saying? And so, again, these people doing this, oh, but it's just nice, and yeah, there's some weirdos out there, but I really want to document what's happening with my family. So you care more about yourself. You care more about everything other than the safety of your child. Because now, especially when you're doing things like that and you're going out to all these places, you think these poachers are not going to be there. You think these poachers who are whatever, they're like, oh, you said your daughter's competing at such and such. She's really popular. And then this is the sick emails we're seeing from the Epsteins of it all. They're like, oh yeah, we would really like this girl. You'd really like, because they're all getting all these little specialisms. They're all being taught lots of different things. Right? The girls, oh, you would like a girl that's like this. They're all doing sick, heinous things. The most heinous one for me being when the little girl said that she was happy because she loves Jesus and she loves Jesus. So he was like, you should dress up like Jesus. Grown adults. To encourage kids. And you're more concerned about putting these people away than even finding the kids. We need to do both. And I honestly think we need to focus on the kids first before they have the time to shuffle them to wherever else they're going to go. Because I feel like right now they're getting rid of evidence. Like, this is why every single moment I'm alive while this is all happening. And every single moment I'm not there on the freaking front lines of wherever the hell we need to be. It's killing me because I'm like, every single moment is another moment, another day. They get to move these kids somewhere else, to a different island, to a different place, to a different dungeon. Also, that by the time we finally do bust into these caves and places, they're going to go, oh, the police are going to go in and they're going to do a big raid and they're going to make it a big news story. It's going to be on all the biggest news things. We finally found such and such and such and such. We finally found da-da-da. And then they're going to be all busting through. It's going to be empty. There's going to be some remnants of things. And then they're gonna be like, yeah, we got him. And those kids are still going to be out there. Like, and that is just, I don't know, that's what makes it hell for me. Not knowing what these people are doing. I've told you guys, this is not my first rodeo, my first day of humans. And I'm definitely one of those people that I highlighted in my other video, where people love to just, take advantage, just touch me, touch my face, touch my body, touch my anywhere. Grown men and women. And this happens to me all the time. This isn't a story of yesteryear. This is a story when I was a kid. People just feel comfortable because you see, when people see you as youthful, they feel entitlement. So I'm thinking, imagine taking a real child on steroids with these people who have the money to get away with it. And then, it doesn't surprise me. I can see how on an extreme level, it gets to the things these people are doing. And then on top of it, they get to further scientific research. They get to get into the pacts with the devil. They get to get rich. All to go and give themselves into their wildest and most perverted, disgusting desires. And you see, the thing is, the reason why I know they can get away with this stuff and why I feel like the world just doesn't understand anything and doesn't really care about the kids is because they're the ones who own all these platforms and things. So behind the scenes, they probably know better than anyone just how much no one cares about the kids, which is why they can do it. This is why the government always keeps pushing back on trying to take away more and more rights from parents. More and more. I remember the other day, this is actually when I was still living in London. So this is like over 5 years ago. I was on the bus one day and this random lady starts talking to me out of nowhere, which unfortunately happens to me quite a lot. And she was like, I can't believe what happened at my daughter or I think her daughter's school today. And I was like, what happened? She's like, well, so I had basically told my daughter that, chicken that you eat comes from chickens, the animal. Yeah. And the teacher said that when the daughter found out that this is the teacher now speaking on behalf of the daughter to the daughter's mother, right? Oh, you shouldn't have done that because now you've traumatized her and now it's traumatizing for her to know that. But it's like, who are you, lady? Who are you, lady, to comment? It's not your place. You're not the parent. You're just here to teach whatever you're here to teach. And this is the other thing, like I'm saying, Epstein was a teacher. Like, I'm a teacher. Like, I can see it. And this is why I can't stand my job. Because I noticed so many teachers love the opportunity to feel like so powerful and so influential. They love it. They love the ability to feel like they're in control of the situation. And unfortunately, sometimes it goes to some serious extremes as well. There was one teacher, right, who I found out about in this country who got impregnated who's sleeping with two of the boys in her class, which again, I don't get this whole thing with kids. I just don't see the attraction. Like, even if it was legal, I don't see how you can look at a child. But anyway, I realized a lot of it comes from the older generations. They're all cooked because it was all very normal back then. Like, I remember even being told casually, like, oh yeah, R. Kelly, he liked it. Like, they just talk about it as if like, oh, they like young girls. It's just like, how is that not like, not even frowned upon, but like, how was that never a problem? Because how can I at 28 look at a 16-year-old and think they're a child, but you can justify being with a child, but just because they turn 16 or just because they turn... That's disgusting, guys. That's disgusting. What was I going to say? Yeah, she got pregnant by one of them and then she got an abortion. And then she goes on to tell this kid she got an abortion because a lot of adults, something. I've noticed, a lot of adults there's the parents who are happy for their kids to be brought up by TikTok and education system. They also don't really, a lot of them, they also don't really love the children, to really care about the kids. The parents who will exploit their kids, so like these people on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, or in Hollywood, the ones who, like the other day, this is what baffled me. I'm like, why is it that everywhere I turn, I get more data to support what I'm saying than what everybody else seems to want to believe, like this delusion that everybody actually cares about the children. You guys know I talk about Cat's Eye and how I had a problem with when they came to put them together as a group. They're really talented girls, young, impressionable, and so when they got put together, the whole idea was, we'll have this little girl group, and obviously at first it all seemed very innocent. The second that they were going to debut, they were just like these sex symbols again, as per usual. And again, you guys know I've said so many times, where the parents, because people always love to be like, this fatherlessness behavior, this whatever behaviors. Okay, so where are they? Well, I have an answer for you. So one of the girls in Cat's Eye is taking a break at the moment. And what ends up happening is, as a result of this whole drama backlash, because everybody's focusing on them and all the young girls want to be like Cat's Eye and all of that, it's very depressing, especially because I'm around it. So I'm hearing what all the young boys and girls, I hear what they're actually talking about and what they're actually listening to. And sometimes it's hard to hear because they are the levels of things that they understand is so much more degenerate than like what I ever had to understand at their age. Even the language they use, the things that they talk about, the types of jokes that they make, right? We used to make similar types of jokes and stuff, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. Anyway, and now girls, are at school like hoping that like, were they going to grow up and as soon as they turn 18, they're getting a boob job and starting an OnlyFans, and like, it's just sad, Cat's Eye, one of the dads of one of the girls in the group, so I was like, there's a dad in the group, was in the comments being like, if you're not prepared to work hard enough for the team, then you don't deserve to be on. Like, he was just saying all this stuff as if to like call out this other person. Like, we're not going to let her hold our back on our success. It's like, wait, so you're there. Well, I've literally seen, I've almost seen every single crevice of your own daughter's body while she dances on stage, right? So provocatively, like not even just a little bit of sexy here and there, provocatively. Like the only thing that's missing is the pole and the dollar bills being thrown at her, right? And you mean to tell me there's a father in the room? So I felt about Britney Spears, and I was like, as parents, do you really are happy? This is why I just think people get away with what they can, and this is why these people do it in our faces. We'd be like, they're not even hiding anymore. They never had to hide it. Because they know better. They know better. They know the reality. They know that, hey, if we want the kids, we just do this. It's like I said, you guys, about the abortion. They're like, women's rights. They don't care about women's rights. They want those cells of those aborted babies. And then they'll play the role of like, we just want to be so understanding that you're a woman, your body, your choice. Your body, your choice. It's like they don't give a crap about your body or your choice. They want those stem cells. And those stem cells that are inside of you. That's what it's really about. So that's why I'm just like, no matter what way I look at it, from whatever standpoint, go to the church now. I have so many issues with how the church deals with kids, right? First of all, that they're a nuisance in the main service. How are they a nuisance? The one place they should be able to just be children and be seen as this gift that the Bible tells us they are is in the church. So when people are like, I had a baby and now it stops my church life. Why? I don't see why a woman can't just sit there and even just breastfeed in the service, or just walk around. Like, who cares? They're a baby. Is your attention span that small that you can't focus on what's happening because there's a child? Because I think this world is brain dead. Like, I think everyone's brain dead and weak, and just disappointing. And then you have the poor mums always having to shuffle off with the babies. And then in children's church, you're not really teaching the kids anything because when they're all young, right? And Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons. It's fun when you're doing that with the little 5-year-olds. When you get to the youth age, they start asking you real questions because start to see people are hypocrites. You're like, you told me that thou shalt not lie, but I see you lying all the time. What about that? And you want to be like, no, children should be seen and not heard. The Bible says, spare the rod, spare the child, whatever it is. You have all these scriptures you want to talk about. Honor thy mother and father. Yeah, but you don't want to talk about fathers do not provoke your children to anger. You don't want to talk about Proverbs 13:22. A good man sets up an inheritance for his children's children. You don't want to talk about that, do you? No, you don't. So I'm saying you don't really care. You don't really care. We don't talk about when the Bible says it's better that you throw yourself inside the ocean attached to a millstone than hurt one of these little ones. But then when your child comes out to tell you that, oh, so-and-so did this to them or so-and-so did that, right? If it was a leader or somebody else in the church, somebody in the family, somebody that's a close friend, you want to sweep it under the carpet. Oh, no. But you're a good Christian though, right? You're a good Christian. You're a good woman of God. You're a good man of God. You've been Christian for 30 years. So you're a good Christian. When the Bible talks about these are things that God detests, one that hurts a child. Where is it? Do I remember which scripture it is? It's in Proverbs something, like Proverbs 6 or something. I don't know. And you guys want to be like, oh, yeah, we're Christian, and then children. And then all of you have the absolute cheek and audacity for a single second to talk down and say the problem with the younger generations. The audacity of it all. So I'm like, yeah, you people, you do not care the way you want to believe. You want to believe, like this is what I'm saying. We want to believe. It's easy for us to be upset while we're at home in the comfortability of our own homes, while we have our lives where we get to do whatever we want. Look at me here with my blue tongue because I can eat a toxic waste. I'm having toxic waste between recording videos and drinking water and having fresh air and all of this stuff, and I'm able to do whatever I want to do. I have a Bible, I have technology, all this stuff. I'm living freely, so it's easy for me to sit here and be like, yeah. Okay, is it here? Found it. Oh, I'm so glad I found it. Yes. Right? And these kids, all I'm thinking is, while I'm enjoying all of this, while I'm about to go out for a walk in the sunshine, make something nice to eat, continue, I've got work to do. And these kids, where are they? And then we say we care about them. We're not even asking where they are. And I've realized for a lot of people, when their kids probably went missing, this is probably the uncomfortable truths of it all. For a lot of kids that went missing or whatever, probably a lot of them got bought. Probably a lot of parents gave up money for the sake of their child getting lost, right? Or their child got lost and they didn't really care to actually bother to look for them. And they just kind of were like, you know what? Like when I found out that you people back in the day used to have to be reminded on the television screens at 10 o'clock to check where your kids are. I'm like, why did you have them? Okay, so we're in Proverbs 6. Listen, 6:13. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hand that sheds innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, a person who stirs up conflict in the community. So can we see that? Yeah, can we see that? So these are things that Lord actually hates. But you're out here when we Christians when we talking about, and God hates sin, and God hates this, and he hates this, and he hates this. He hates the shedding of the innocent blood. These are the things that he hates. But no, because it's convenient for you, it's more convenient for you to tell somebody that, oh, because you live in like this, you're going to hell. And that's the irony of it all, that the church is so obsessed with lust and sex and all this all the time, and fornication and all this. But the one area of sexual immorality, the highest form of perversion, and that's always the one we sweep under the carpet. Young girl gets pregnant in church, and it's the biggest news ever. Everyone wants to school her. Everyone wants to get involved. But then there's something happens to a young girl. A young boy. Don't rock the boat. Don't ruin the service. Don't ruin the holiday. Don't ruin Christmas. Sickening. That's why I say this situation only reveals even further what I already say, that people don't actually genuinely care about the children at the end of the day. It's either about you wanting to feel good and like you're caring, you're a good person, you're a good. I'm just like, I can't believe we're going through this. Like, this is so hard to hear. It's so hard to watch. Like, how could anyone do this to a child? Are you putting in that much effort? Are you protecting the kids even around you? Because this is what I say. You know how we solve a lot of these problems as well? Is you start with the kids that are around you. You start with the kids that are around you. Because if we all did that, guess what? A lot of this stuff wouldn't be happening. You start with the kids that you are in your family or in your communities or in your churches. You start with the kids that are wherever you see them, while you're on the road, while you're out and about in life. Because we're all everywhere. We all act like we need all this justice system to do all of this stuff. But the truth is, we're all everywhere. So if we all took it seriously wherever we are, we would see stuff. Because like I said to you guys, in order for all this stuff to be happening, there has to be a lot of people participating in it. And I've already done a whole entire series, so you can go and check it out, that I did like 4 years ago, right, on the child trafficking, the world's largest business. You can go and check it out, and I explain how everything works on every level. But think about it. They're doing all this stuff with kids. Somebody has to be there. Somebody's feeding them. Somebody's clothing them. Somebody's giving them somewhere to sleep. Somebody's taking them from this location to that location, to that location, to that location. So across the board with all these things, there's always going to be places where someone's doing something to help someone, to help someone, to help someone. And so my question is, how comes we're never talking about those people as well? Because they're just as guilty. If you've ever turned a blind eye for something you've seen with a child, or you've shoved something under carpet, you're just as guilty. You're just as guilty, right? Because people have made it happen. They've obviously, in order to be traveling around the world, they've had to be on flights. So there has to be pilots and flight attendants who have had to see them. They're getting fed food and things. They're going to have met chefs and different people. So many people know. So that's why I'm like, this proves it. That the world doesn't care about kids. We just want to believe it. And it's especially easy for those of us who are just watching this at home on social media, on the news, right? In the comfort of our nice, warm, comfortable houses with our good food and all of our overconsumption in our communities. To sit there and feel so terrified. I can't believe this is the world I woke up in. Really? When was the last time you stood up for something? And it's always, you guys know what I'm about to say. I feel from the winning team. We need more people like this and this in the world. And no one wants to become that person. Like the Bible says, the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Like it's possible, but who's going to step up and do it? Instead, as always, we want to just sit from the comfortability on the sidelines, waiting and hoping for somebody else to do something. It's sickening. Anyway, I think I've had enough of videos for today, and I do actually need to get a move on because I'm still an adult, unfortunately. So I need to get on with my adult activities, aka work. But I'm glad at least I had a few extra hours to film some videos today for you all. I just wanted to call it out because I'm sick of hearing this. I'm so sick of hearing about all of this stuff. I'm trying to be everywhere, anywhere that I can't hear about anything. I don't want anybody to ask me, because unless you're going to tell me that you have never turned a blind eye to something, or that you actually are you even thinking of the kids, I don't want to hear it. Because all we seem to always be talking about is who made the list, which celebrity. It's all just a spectacle. It's a drama. It's a drama that people love. Because as long as you're not getting hurt, you don't really care. You don't really feel like you need to do anything. Selfish. I feel for those kids, man. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be thinking about. That's what I think about. That's what I'm going to be thinking about until I'm somewhere and I'm seeing them kids getting freed. Until I see that happening, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to have any other conversation about anything other than that. I don't want to care. I don't care about who's on the list. You know what? I'm not even looking at the files because it's not the point. The point for me about the files isn't like for me to need to know, because I can already know, because I can already tell, because I already know the world I live in. This isn't surprising. I didn't wake up in a new reality. I woke up with just everybody else waking to the reality I already knew existed. What I'm waiting for is I'm waiting to hear locations and places, and I'm waiting to hear about kids being freed. Until that day, I don't want to hear nothing. Don't talk to me, don't talk, and don't even bother to talk. It's very convenient that we're all enjoying hearing things like there's some fascinating, huge game of crime investigation that we're all in. We're all forensic scientists and all those things all of a sudden. It's all fun and games. And guess who's the only people still not having any fun and games is the kids. On every level. Sickening. I'm embarrassed to be a part of this society. I'm embarrassed to be a human who lives like this. I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. We should be embarrassed with ourselves. On that note, if life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. I'll see you in my next one.